Welcome to the Energy Ways for November 2022. My name is Nicholas Haines. I'm from the Five Institute, and we have got a magnificent month ahead for you. We've got three main themes running for you. The first one is reasons to step into your power. The second one is new experiences to release the old. And the third one is breaking boxes and challenging assumptions. Now, if you're not familiar with my work around the Chinese zodiac, I have a very short video for you, explains all about it, just over 4 minutes long, and I'll link it above or below this video, or you can head off to this URL. Now, let's look at the first of these three main themes, the reasons to step into your power. Now, to a large extent, for the whole of 2022, it's about us finding our power and our reasons to do that. And November is almost a crescendo when things are really coming to a head. So we're going to be given reasons as to why we might want to step into our power, to take charge of things, to have authority within our own life. And one of those things might be because you're seeing out in the world lots of things that need sorting, lots of things need doing. So you think, actually, I need to step into my power to deal with the things that are going on in the world. Or it might be something like an inner calling, something that's inside you that's just been brewing away for years and years, troubling you, thinking, you know what, I really need to do this. And that's really coming to the surface at the moment. It might also be that you think, you know what, we're surrounded by idiots. And that's the motivation for you. You think, this is just not working in the outside the world. The people in charge are just not doing what they're idiots. So that might be a motivation for you. Like there's no one coming to rescue us, so we have to take charge ourselves. We have to help each other to rise up and to make a difference in the world. Now, the last time we were in a water tiger year, which is the year we're currently in, around this time, there was the Cuban Missile Crisis, where we saw, whatever your view of Kennedy, we saw world leaders taking charge in difficult situations. Now, although we've got similar scenarios going on, we've got a different experience. What this phase of humanity is about empowering the individual rather than relying on the external powers to sort things out. So you're going to be given lots of reasons why you should step into your power. One of which is we're surrounded by idiots. No one's coming to rescue us. There's lots of things going on. Plus, you will be having a calling to do something to step into your power. And that is the essence of what this water tiger year that we're currently in is about, for you to recognize that you have power. Now, another reason why you might want to step into your power is because you don't like your current experience that you personally are having. It's leaving a horrible taste in your mouth. Think, I don't like this. Well, therefore, you're being triggered to step into your power, to change it, to make a difference. And it's important to say with these energy waves, they're not there to harm you or give you a hard time. They're just there to kind of stimulate you in some way to change, to expand, for the world to become a better place. So it could be the reason you want to step into power, your power, take authority, is because you don't like what's going on for you, or you don't like what's going on in the world, or you have some calling. Or it might be that you think, actually, I want to have authority in my own life, to take power, because I want to have a better existence. I want to be happier. I want to have a good time. And that is a perfectly valid reason. And we're being shown that all month long. In fact, we've been shown that throughout the whole of this year. This month is a slight exaggeration of that. And you might also have a different version of that. You might think, actually, life's just mundane and boring. I keep doing the same thing over and over again, and life is just passing me by, and I need to take charge. I need to do something different. So there are vast amounts of stimulus as to why you might want to step into your power. It might be because you realize that oh my God, I'm awesome. I've recognized, you know what, I've been holding myself back, or I've got all this brilliance. I've got this stuff to share with the world. And that might be a reason you might want to step into your power, because you think, you know what, I'm pretty good. Or it might be because you think to yourself, there's a lot that needs to be done in the world. Other people are suffering, and I need to make a difference there. So whatever your motivations are, there will be a drive for you to step into your own power. Now, we're all different. And if you're struggling with your sense of self-worth or your confidence or whatever, the Five Institute, every single month or every 6 weeks, we run something called the 5-day mindset makeover. Helps you understand what makes us confident, what makes us unconfident, and it gives you tools and different things. It's a wonderful program. We're also just about to start something called the Big Conversation, where we're going to look at what went on for us individually as a result of the pandemic and lockdown. Were we left with imprints and scars that have somehow left us weakened in some way? And there's a conversation, both those two things are there to help you. We also have at the Five Institute, we've got the Vitality Test. It's completely free and allows you to understand what your energy dynamic is and perhaps where your brilliance lies. And we use that within a 5-week quest that will be starting later, which is called Energetic Superpowers and Heroic Actions. It's about us recognizing what our powers are and what heroic actions might we want to take in the world. Now, this could be about saving the world, etc., but it could just be your heroic action might be just to forgive yourself, to love yourself, or to heal a relationship. So there are many versions of heroic actions, but enough of this. Let's get back to the second of our main themes, new experiences to release the old. Now, things are going to be happening this month that you might think, oh, this is difficult. What's going on at the moment? Well, a lot of what's going on at the moment is we're being given experiences in order to look at stuff, old baggage that we're carrying around, old stuff. So you're almost stimulated by current experiences to look at old stuff, to look at stuff that you might have locked away, old emotions, old memories. And that's not there to make your life horrible and terrible. It's meant to make your life better by releasing them and letting them go and perhaps seeing them in a different light. It could be your emotions, or it could be events. It could be grief, loss, etc., or it could be anger, all sorts of emotions. We're being given experiences to release them, to let go of them in order to step into our power, step into our authority, to make a difference in the world. It might be our emotions, or it might also be events that have happened in the past, to kind of let go of them. So there's a letting go and a clearing to step into our power, to do great things and to be ourselves, to be happier, etc. But it can be a bit tough when they're kind of going on. But the idea is ultimately for us to see things in a different way, to be enthusiastic, say, oh, look, I'm looking at this differently now. So we're being given experiences to see pictures and things in different ways, to enliven us, to power us up. And the third theme is this idea of breaking boxes and challenging assumptions. Now, what we're looking here is that we have within ourselves a certain way that we see ourselves, a certain identity. Now, that could be serving us, or it could not be serving us. How we see ourselves could be someone as small and not able to deal with things. And this month is a fantastic opportunity to break out of these perceptions of who we are, to challenge the assumptions of who we are and who other people might be and how the world is. And there is an enormous amount of this going on, because ultimately, again, we need to break down these assumptions, these boxes that we put ourselves in. I'm not good enough, or I'm like this and they're like this, because we need to ultimately be shining our light into the world, taking our power. And the assumptions of what would it be like to shine our light into the world? What assumptions do I have to challenge to be that person? Which boxes do I have to get out of? The not good enough box, or the trouble, or the fearful. What do I need to challenge in my assumptions of the world? And you'll be given experiences to break out of those boxes, to perhaps explore things, old memories and ideas. You thought, well, I thought I was perhaps going to be an artist, but the assumption is I've left it too late. But perhaps you haven't left it too late. Perhaps you could still be the things you dreamed of, or perhaps there are no limiting beliefs. So that's what this whole thing is going to be asking you to look at. So be open to changes in different ways of doing things, to recognize perhaps that there is just a brilliance within you, and you break away from these limiting beliefs, these boxes, these perceptions of who you are and how you're meant to be, or other people are meant to be, and challenge the assumptions and recognize, you know what, I'm okay, and I've got this power and I've got this desire to do things. So that's all there for you. So those are the three main themes. They're all run along a theme about stepping into your power, making a difference in the world, and we're being given experiences and situation to break free from things that might be holding us back, to be the light we're meant to be. So let's give you some action steps, a little bit of an advice that might help you with this. So I've got 3 action steps for you. The first one is be kind to previous versions of yourself. So we're going to be shown things. And some of the things we're being shown is how we acted or how we were in the past. Remember, we're looking back at the past, unpacking things, seeing things in different lights. So be kind to previous versions of yourself. Now, this is a really important concept. In fact, it's day one of the 5-day mindset makeover. And it looks at this idea of our past, present, and future, and particularly our sense of confidence, our sense of who we are. So we can be here in the present and we learn something new. And that new thinking could make us look back at our past and think, God, why was I so stupid? Why did I do that? Well, you did it because you didn't know then what you know now. But that doesn't give you the right to beat up a previous version of yourself, because the problem with doing that is the previous versions of yourself form the basis of who we think we are. So if you beat up previous versions of yourself, you're undermining you and your confidence in the present moment. So we weaken our confidence, our ability to step into our power. But also we do something else. If the general rule is we beat up previous versions of ourselves, that means that future versions of you are beating you up in the here and the now. And that can make us feel very underpowered and distressed by worrying all the time we're going to make a mistake. So just don't do it. Just don't beat up. Be kind to previous versions of yourself and look back and think, okay, what did I learn from that? What was the experience that? But that's not the same as being unkind. Be kind, be nice. The second of your action steps is use your power for good. Now, I thought long and hard about saying this because I know if you're listening to this video, you think, yeah, of course I'm going to use the power for good. And I know you will, but just want to just put that out there in the world that we are in a water year, a water tiger year. And there is a lot of power there within those combination of that water and that tiger. Water is in a way, one of the most powerful energies. Well, think about water. It can push through things. It can go around things. It can go under things. It has this hard power and this soft power. It's a really, really powerful energy for just bursting and getting through and doing things. It's powerful. And we've also got a tiger. And out of the 12 animals, tigers are the most powerful animals. So we've got the most powerful energy, the most powerful animal, and it only occurs once every 60 years, and we're in it. So there's a lot of power there, and that's why we're seeing power games going on all the time. But so we need to take our power that we're recognizing ourselves, our brilliance, all the things that we've seen over the last few years about what matters to us and what doesn't, and step into that power. But there is a danger because we have a block of time we're in, which is about metal energy, and metal energy can be very, very black and white. So we've had over the last few years lots of black and white thinking, lots and lots of division, people taking sides and having these arguments around polarized thinking. We've also got an awful lot of change going on, and humans can struggle with change. So there's a lot of black and white thinking, arguments going on, people trying to hold on to positions. So there's a lot out there in the world with people's power that are not acting in a good, not doing it for good. So you be the counter to that. Use your power for good, because whatever we are radiating out now into the world are creating the keys to the future. And we, like I said, this year occurs once every 60 years, and we're deciding how our future will be. So we've been given some really big stuff to kind of look at. So use your power for good. Just be aware there can be so much conflict in black and white, and we can sometimes run away with that, get carried away with it. We all do. We're all human. After all, we're all human. So your third action step is build your reserves, because it's about playing the long game. So one of the challenges at the moment, we can see out in the world, we think, God, there are all these things to sort out. It seems really messy and I need to deal with it. I need to deal with it now. Now we're in a block of time, as I said, 12 years dominated by metal energy. And metal energy gives us a sense that there isn't enough. We're running out of time. It's also about isolation and grief and loss, which is kind of why we had all the lockdown stuff. But it gives us a sense that we're running out. There's not enough time. So there's also lots to do. So we need to be careful that we don't think, I need to do it all now, I need to do it all now, and then we kind of burn ourselves out. Play the long game. We're in a water energy year. Next year is a water energy year as well. And that's teaching us to get that balance between activity and rest. It's a reflective, moving, still energy. That's what it's all about. So just be aware there will be things pushing you to do too much, and there will be things pushing you to rest. And there's this dynamic. But just remember, keep your reserves strong, play the long game, don't burn out, just keep it nicely together, support each other. Okay, so those are your 3 action steps. Be kind to previous versions of yourself, really important. Use your power for good. I know you will. Build your reserves. We're in this long game together, and you'll be fine. Like I said, we have things to help you. 5 Institute, we've got the 5-day mindset makeover. That's there for you. We've got the big conversation, got the vitality test. You want to understand who you are, what you're about. Gives you this beautiful picture and a big report that comes with it, really helpful. And then, of course, we've got energetic superpowers and heroic actions, which I hope you'll join me on. And if you have found this video and this content helpful, be an angel and share it with someone else. I'm sure they would appreciate you for it, and I know I will too. And if you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe. It helps the algorithms. Okay, my name is Nicholas Haines, the 5 Institute. Be heroic, have a wonderful month, and I shall see you in December. Bye for now.